Hello? Testing? Okay, so we know things are working. That's good. Just setting up a few things, guys. I know some of y'all are coming in or just now hearing about it. I intend to install this GillyKit set, including update and remove the old thermal compound with some thermal Grizzly. Now I do have a soldering iron set here to the side. I will plug it in after we're done with the GillyKit, the Chironaut. Then we'll start working on the GillyKit set. Just setting up a few things, that way whenever it comes down to the nitty-gritty of it all, shouldn't be too much of an issue. Okay, advanced audio properties. I want be on number 2, not on 1. We'll rename it. I really don't need to have music streamed over to YouTube that badly, or recorded in any matter. Settings, output, audio track 1. Okay, so audio track 1. Recording. Audio track 1. Huh. Stop recording. Oh, that's just peachy. Okay, fair enough. I won't have any music playing in the background. Ah. Oh, darn it. Well, let's start work then. So, I have an iFixit tool set that I'm going to be using. First thing we're going to do is we're going to pop this sucker open. We're going to start working on not the not the Hall sensors first. We're going to start on the other ones first. So we're going to start on the CPU, add some Chironaut. That way it's out of the way. That should decrease our thermals. I'm not sure what kind of fan we currently have installed, but it's probably going to be a Delta fan. I'm not going to be surprised if it is. These. Two of these. Even though iFixit puts down it should be at least 3, I think not. Three's a bit excessive in my opinion. What else do we got? Oh, we're going to need a pleasure tool. There we go. One of these. And of course, we're going to need a screwdriver. So, think. What kind of screwdriver do we need? Taking a look at the back of the Steam Deck here. Put our tools over to the side. I'm actually using this to help hold it into place. Looks like it's going to be one of those smaller screwdrivers. So taking a look here, let's see, what size do we have to work with? It's probably going to be a 0. Nope, it's a bit too big, so it's probably going to be a 00 Phillips. And that seems to somewhat fit, but not so much. Also helps if I was to hold my set the correct direction. Okay. This oval on it, I don't get that. Oval? Oval one seems to fit pretty well. Oh no, that's the J00. Okay, so we're going to try the J0. J0 seems to fit pretty good, and it's a decent size, so we'll use that. I'm going to place this up here so I can put my screws on. I know where everything goes. And putting the rest of my kit to the side. This was supposed to be live streamed onto the Will It Play channel. But since I have not set up live streaming on Will It Play, I can't do that. So I have to wait 24 hours before I can do that. Oh, in addition, the reason why I'm using this is it has those nice little squares on there. Those actually help me out. I'll be able to decide for where these screws go because they do come in different sizes. And I don't want to put the wrong screw in the wrong one, pretty much damaging the device. And, well, mind you, it's a Steam Deck. These things are like gold right now, but they're coming out quicker. Steam has been keeping up with everything. Thank God, too, because my pre-order was originally set to be released back in January. Then they pushed it to June. And then from June, they pushed it all the way to, what was it, September? And I ended up getting it like a week ago, give or take 2. And I know I haven't posted out any Will It Play videos recently, and I do apologize. Now, another thing you need to remember to do is take out your SD card. I use a SanDisk 400 gigabyte. And then, let's see here, I don't see any other screws that we might need to take out. So it looks pretty good. Now we're going to use our tools to start popping things open. Carefully take it apart. Now, here I am. I'm actually following on along the lining like so. That way I don't accidentally damage anything that might be in the Steam Deck itself. But it also pop the pops that need to be popped off. Because we want this to be usable in the end. Uh-oh. This side is being very arrogant with me. Uh-oh. Turned it back on. Damn. Wait for it to boot. it'll eventually realize, oh wait, there's no SD card in here. This ain't right. Be very careful not to turn it on. Press and hold. Shut down. Let me move these up a little bit so it's out of the way. Steam's turned off. All right, good. We got that part done. Oh, look at that. That's disgusting. Well, whenever I'm done, I won't need to worry about it later. Oh. Turn on this side. Nice and easy. Didn't break anything, thank God. Like I said, be nice and easy. Eventually, back end will just come right off. Now it looks like I got the Delta fan in here. Nothing wrong with that. Delta fan is a Delta fan. It'll do its deeds. I'm actually looking in here and this looks amazing. I cannot believe that Steam has done and accomplished such great work here. Now normally they say you need to unplug the power. I've seen some people destroy their Steam Deck by doing that. And it's interesting, they have everything all labeled out as to what's what. So as you can see here, it actually says audio. I don't know if you can see it. Right here. See if I can get a zoom in here. I'm gonna create a zoom scene. There we go. There we go. Oh, there's quite a bit of light here. Audio. Oh. Anyways, yeah, we got the audio here. Not sure what this ribbon cable is. It probably connects between the logic board and the three devices. But yeah, it's beautiful. I'm going to put the top piece here off to the side. That way it's out of the way. We don't accidentally damage it. This to the side as well because we're going to need that later on. Now, there's a few screws you want to take care of. One here. By the looks of it, that holds this piece on. One up here. There's one hidden right underneath this. This little metal shroud here holds another screw just for the main metal shroud. Let's see what we have to work with. For the battery, I need to find out where the battery connector is so we can unplug it and not accidentally turn it back on again. Well, first things first, let's take this thing out. We can start putting that crayon on there. So, we're definitely going to get our kit out. We're going to need another screwdriver. Size, looks like it's a smaller one. Checking here, I think I have something that will fit that. That fits, perfect. Valve did a really good job with these. So for these, I'm gonna there. Ooh. That one don't want to turn. This one does. See if I can find another screwdriver for this. Might be one bigger and that'll fit that. Nope. Try the main one that we were using. Does that fit? No, that's way too big. Always put your screwdrivers back into place. That way you know where every head is. Should be another screwdriver head. This one might throw it. Let's see if this fits. That looks humongous. Maybe this one? That might fit. Nope, that is way too huge. That's what she said. Whoa! No one would say that, not really. Okay, I take it back. There might be some that would. Wow, that does not want to get in there. That screw is going to be the most obnoxious out of all of them that we have. Alright. Try this big one. And carefully. We've got rotation. Alright, whenever we put this bad boy in, we're going to have to definitely use a different head for that. Alrighty. Oh. There we go. And there we see the nice little cooling pad that they added so that it helps keep the APU in order. They have one on top of the heatsink pipe. I think this is for the power supply. I really hope it is because I don't want to accidentally turn it on and have things happen. So we're going to lift and very, very, very carefully okay, maybe not. I really don't want to do this while the power supply is plugged in. Most say that it's not a problem, but I'm incredibly cautious. You don't want to short out your Steam Deck. Better safe than sorry. Let's get the cryonaught ready. Of the tools. Verify code. Don't ever need that. Won't ever have to give it to anybody. See what we got here. Different languages. Anything in English. Alright. So clean the contact surface. the heat spreader and the cooler with a dry cloth, high percentage ISO. Okay, so basically cleaning material. Seems pretty self-explanatory. You just need to choose one to throw it on there. Looking at these, I don't see any difference between the two. Oh, we're going to need to take this thing off here. Uh-oh. Let it sit freely there. And then... Wow. We need to start taking these two other screws off, and I need to get something to help wipe this thing down. I have some dry cloths and some wet cloths to work with, so hopefully that'll be enough. Alright, so carefully removing the screw in. Ew, look at all that goo. Well, time to wipe it down. Give me one moment. Hopefully this thing doesn't turn on. No, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this part. Because I like to use normal paper towels to wipe off the goo. Goo. Normal cloth. Pop it where it should be. I'll start taking this thing here off. Please, for the love of God, be very, very, very careful when doing this. There are transistors, resistors, and all that neat stuff there. You do not want to screw up. think I got most of it off. Let's start wiping it down with some wipes. Oh my goodness, yeah, those are definitely alcohol wipes. Woohoo! Thank goodness too, because you never know how many times I've been trying to get some of this stuff kind of done, and you don't have the alcohol wipes to do it. It makes it very difficult. Focusing primarily on the dye, and then a little bit on the spreader. E-spreader. And we'll dry it off. Really don't want to leave alcohol on there. It'll get in the crevices and stay. You don't want that whenever you put on a new thermal compound on a CPU, or APU in this matter. Nope. Nice and dry. Next on the list, the thermal Grizzly. Now I went with the big boy for this one. And for this, I want to keep it nice and easy. Let's give it a bit of a push. There we go. Then, like so. Now, the reason why I went with Cryonaut is it's actually a high-grade thermal compound by Thermal Grizzly. And whenever it comes down to APUs, or in this case, custom APUs, there's no such thing as too much thermal compound. I'm gonna spread a little bit on this one. Me and my janky spreading capabilities. Quite literally janky. Don't want to put too much. Well, actually, you want to put enough. Upside down. Feed. You're probably wondering, why do we put it on both sides? Better connectivity. We want to make sure we get as much surface coverage as possible. Let's see here. That into place. Nope. This screw. Here we go. Almost put the wrong screw into the wrong hole. There we go. Now we have Thermal Grizzly there. Thermal Grizzly, top of the line. Best for heat transference, and keeping CPUs cool, GPUs cooler. Alright, so we got that back into place, which is nice. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to start working on these here, left and right. Put my thermal compound away. Thank you, Thermal Grizzly, for making Cryonaut. You guys are amazing. And I'm putting this on my CPU eventually, too. CPU's a Threadripper. Oh yeah, you heard me. Threadripper. And right now I'm actually using Thermal Grizzly's Carbonaut, which is it's a heating pad, but it's a really good heating pad. Alrighty. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put this thing back on here, the heat shield. I have to screw this one up. Should be relatively hard to screw this up, but don't put it past me. Actually, do something like that. Finger tight. Later on down the road, we'll upgrade the storage. Micron makes a 2 terabyte storage, which is around $200 worth. But worth it in the end. Okay. So, thermal compound's been replaced. I really don't want to have to play a little game with this thing, so to test it, we're going to turn it on. Whoa. Get the crap out of here. We don't need it in there. Alright, let's turn it on, see if it works. We hear sound. It's booting. Now I do have one game installed on this thing, physically on the actual device. Which I guess is more of a convenience, if anything else. And that one game is just well enough to test it. We hear the tone, it's booting up. No issues. Alright, Steam. Library. Alright, Spider-Man. Let's do Spider-Man. And then that thing on so we get to see what the thermals are going to look like. It's already turning warm. Fan's already spun up. And looking at it, this used to reach around 70 degrees, now it's at 50. That's a big difference for this GPU. CPU still at about 50 degrees, which isn't bad. Okay, so we're gonna continue. See how much thermals we get. So the CPU and GPU are staying nice and chill. Let's push it to its max real quick. Not bad. Shows 60 degrees. On the back. Oh, that's warm. Fan's doing his job, and so is the heat sink. So that's good. That's good. But man, oh man, that heat spreader's really taking the heat. I'll turn it off. Shutting it down. Once it's done shutting down, we'll unplug everything else for the left and the right joystick, and then we'll start working on it. Oh. Oh, that is nice and toasty. Holy cow. I didn't expect it to work so well. Well, yeah, I kind of did, but didn't at the same time. Yeah, there's a lot of... Wow, that is transferring a lot of heat over really quickly and really well. It is hot to the touch. Starting on the right side. Zoom in here. You can at least see what I'm doing here. Whew, that was close. Uh-oh. That wasn't. Uh-oh. Okay, I found it. Butterfingers. Here. You want to be very, 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 very careful. There we go. Now we just pull this thing out. Not damaging it. There we go. We got our right side joystick already out. Put that to the side. I'm going to start on the left side. Well, first things first, let's unhook this cable so it's not a problem. There we go. Cable's unhooked. Renew. Much love to those guys over there at Steam that actually use the same screw size for these things. Highly appreciated. Okay. Now I can just take these, throw these in here, the rest of the screws, because we're not going to need them at the moment. There we go. And there's the left side. Whoa. It's got a lot of feeling to it. I still commend those guys. They do a really good job. So, putting my tools to the side so that we don't have to worry about them for the time frame. Close the main deck itself, because we're not going to need it for the next part. And I got warm. Holy cow. Carefully put the screws out of the way. On it. Let's pop this thing open. First, what do we got here? Follow the below set of instructions, and the joystick position is 0, 1, 0, 0. Calibration, follow the steps. Current spot. Pretty much self-explanatory. Pretty much you throw it in there, you hit the little button that's on there, and it does everything. Calibrated from factory, and calibrated values vary on each of it. Okay? Each one. After goalie cut sticks are installed, turn on the Steam Deck, press the tiny switch on the board of the joystick module to get the joysticks calibrated. Do not touch the joysticks during process. Go to joystick calibration interface on the Steam Deck. Calibration is finished if you see the joysticks return to center 0, 0. Then you are all good to screw up the shells and use the Steam Deck. I like how they put that. Screw them up! So we won't need this. And here we have the goalie kits. Now, Goalie Kit is an amazing, amazing company. They've been doing Hall sensors for a good minute. We got the left side and the right side. These are the version 1.3s, of course. These came in relatively quick, and it looks like they've already been tinned. Thank goodness, too, because I'm not really good at soldering at the moment. So how do I press that button? Okay. Okay. And the left side has also been tinned as well. This is good. Nothing to worry about. We just need to solder. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this. This is the left-hand side. And I'm just going to plop it here for a moment. And then I'm getting my soldering iron. Soldering iron! Means we're going to be starting with the left side. Then right on the right side. Now I do have covers on these components. I did that on purpose. And I do have a special soldering iron which I can just hopefully turn on and off. I hope it's switched on or off. Okay, it looks like it's switched off. I'm still holding it up just in case. Okay. Alright, yeah, it's off. So, move this wire out of the way. Set the heat to around 350 degrees. I want to start on this one here. Not the left one, but the right one. I have a reason. It seems to be there's glue on both sides. Yeah, that makes things slightly difficult. Got my solder right here just in case. And yeah, I know this is janky, but it'll work. My thing in a plastic thing, but still, I'm not gonna be touching it. We're gonna turn this down to a nice safe degree, maybe 300 degrees Celsius by the looks of it. Turn it on, let it warm up. Now, one of the things you never want to do whenever you're soldering is breathe in the fumes. It's bad. I know what we forgot to do. There's no problem. We're just trying to heat this thing up so we can remove that plastic. They put a lot of glue on this thing too. Oh my goodness. How hot does this have to be able to remove stuff off of here? Throw it in the comments below. Got it. Well, that was painful, but I did it. Okay. Alright, that's one side off. Which side is it? Right side. Alright, so we're going to start on the right side. Luckily, they already pre-tinned this thing. We just need to do so to the soldering iron. Oh, let's pre-tin the soldering iron real quick. Preferably not next to our electronic device that we're trying to solder. Alrighty. And try to keep a steady hand while doing this. Can't keep a steady hand. Oh my god. Hey, why isn't it working? Am I doing it the wrong way? Look. Worst solder job I've ever done. Alright, giving it another go. Maybe I just soldered it bad. I don't know. Let's give it another go. Oh, wait. Retin it. Maybe I just... No, it's just working. It looks like it's on there. We'll test it out later. Luckily, this is the right side, so... Won't be a cold solder joint, that's for sure. Right side is ready. Let's start the left side. Turn this thing off a bit. There we go. Checking the left side, looks good. I took it off, it was like this. Yep, alright. Just making sure we do it right. Ah, no, 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 no. There we go. Da, 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 da. That's a cold solder joint. I can do better than that. There we go. Second time's always a try. Like a charm. Right, let's let that thing sit there so that it can cool off. Old ones in the Gully Coat set so we can keep it nice and chill. In case we needed them again, which I doubt. Then, let's install it. Yeah, that's next. Installing them. And hoping for the utmost best. That we didn't pretty much potentially screw something up. Why did I throw that all the way over there? I don't know. I don't know. this down the middle. Oh, which one's this? Left side. I think it goes on this side, which is definitely left. Need to unhatch it. There we go. Unhatching it. First things first, let's put the screws in first, alright? My screwdriver. Oh, found it. Sorry, I had it all the way over here. Alright, starting on top of the deck. Resistance is well. May have just stripped the screw. Nope, still good. Left side because it was the easiest. Right side because why not? Actually, oh, there's old call sign. What's that? Incident as well. So something that you'll probably notice when it comes to these things is that there's these itty bitty buttons here. As to calibrate them. We're gonna plug this thing in and recalibrate it because, well, it's one of the first things you really want to do when you set up new joysticks that are not by that are not original. Such a pain to put in. That's in there. For some reason, the left side is always the easiest. Can you believe that? Now we do as the instructions tell us. Turn it on. Check the Steam Deck. It's booting up. So left side already has a dead zone set. Okay, so it's a little bit off. It's no problem. We'll just hit that button for the right side, I believe. Is oop. We just hit the button. And like so, no dead zones. And it doesn't have any issues. Oh, wait. The left side's fine. But right side has a bit of an issue. We're going to hit that button one more time. Right side. Which one's right? This one. Oh, let's see if we can hit the button. Hit the button. We'll let it do its job. Now, one thing GullyKit did not post in this instructions for how to calibrate is how long it takes. There we go. No dead zone issue. Now, next thing we need to test is inputs. Well, let's test out the game because it also uses the right joystick haptic to do the video look or camera look. There we go. I'm gonna set everything. That's good. Uh-oh. The left side just doesn't want to react. Well, looks like I gotta take it apart and resolder the left side and see if that works. It might be because I just did a cold solder joint on it. Will it move? Yeah, it moves. Yeah, no, nothing. Rather odd. Okay, camera movement joystick. I'll do that. Camera gadget. Oh no, it works, see? Jump. I guess you can't just have two things at the same time. But yeah. Yeah, you can't have two things running at the same time. Well, I feel stupid. R3 is objectives. R is jump. Generally the camera gadget. Oh wow, they got a turbo button. That's too funny. Pitch and drive, touch, jump. Yep, see? No problems. Oh. It works. Oh, with that said, looks like the Fox may have just not even noticed that because, well, oh, to some extent, you can't have the same controls or commands on two buttons, even though it says it can. Anyways, this is impressive. It's good. Now we can just turn it off and then rock it out. Waiting for it to shut down. Alright, let's rock and roll. Put everything back into order. Should be. Then we can put everything back on and we can install one last component. Oh, yes, there's one more component. If I remember correctly, I had it this way. Then we can bring this on down. Actually commend the Fox and the other team members that do these YouTube videos on pocket gaming systems and review them. I really do. I will be re-uploading this stream as a video on the Will It Play channel, so bear in mind that's going to be a thing. Shame my hands aren't as steady as they used to be. Definitely the sign of age. One can only become wiser with time. Now, let's install the last piece. One last component. This will be the most unpredictable thing. A case. Oh, wait. This is kind of important. Has the rest of my games installed. Alright. And the grip. Case. Nice and easy. This thing is such a nuisance to get on. But at least whenever it's on. On. There we go. One grip case. Installed new Hall sensors. Sticks. And the system stays nice and cool. Alrighty. Hope you guys liked it. Hit that like and subscribe. Like always,